Hello everyone. Welcome to your 10-minute after work decompressing yoga video. I wanted to make a really nice quick video for people to come and do either right after work or maybe in the middle of your day. So some of the poses we're going to do today are just going to kind of undo some of the hunching forward that we experience all day at work. So, tight hip flexors, and just kind of this crunched in kind of position that we're in all day. So we're just going to do a couple poses to undo some of that damage. And so thank yourself for being here today and for just coming and taking care of your body. All right, so we'll just get started right away. Let's sit on our mats in cross-legged position. Just coming to the mat, taking a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, just a big sigh out. Let go of the day, let go of what happened before this, what'll happen after. Just know you're here right now taking care of yourself. You can do some ujjayi breath if you know what that is, and if that helps you to come into the moment. Just a slight restriction in your throat, in and out. So let's just start with a nice little twist to undo some of the tension in the thoracic spine. Just have you inhale and bring your arms up above your head and reach up. Take your left hand to your right knee and your right hand back behind you. Just a nice, easy, gentle twist. As you breathe in, feel your spine elongating. As you breathe out, just settle into the twist a little bit more. You can even look behind your right shoulder. On your next exhale, come back to center. Great, let's do it on the other side now. Inhale, arms up above your head. And exhale, right hand to left knee, left hand planted back behind you. You want to engage your core and lift up through the spine as you inhale. And as you exhale, just twist a little deeper to the left. And then do that again. Inhale, lift your spine up, sit tall. And exhale, twist back a little bit more, nice and easy. On your next exhale, come to the front. Awesome. I already feel better. We have a couple poses to go. Let's just stand up right now on our mats. Come to the front of your mat. We're going to stand in Tadasana, getting started here. Feet hip width apart, just planted in the ground. Make sure all four corners, you can feel them on the ground evenly. Spine nice and tall. We're going to go into Trikonasana. So triangle pose. So take your right foot, step it to the back of your mat at a 90-degree angle. Your left foot is pointed forward. So your stance can be a little bit wide, well, wider than hips width apart, that's for sure. About 3.5 feet apart. Engage your quads, make sure they're nice and strong and that your feet are planted evenly into the floor. And the inhale, bring your arms up to a T. And on your exhale, actually, you know what, I'm gonna get my block ready because I'm gonna use a block for this. So arms to a T. Inhale. Exhale, you're going to tip forward until your left hand touches your block or your ankle or the floor, wherever that may be. And you can just increase that beautiful opening in your rib cage by taking your right hand and just peeling it up to the sky so you feel that nice opening in your chest. Reach your right fingertips up to the sky and your left one's down to the floor. Breathe here. You can look up at your hand, or if your neck is sore, just look down. On your next inhale, you're gonna firm up your core and come up, just the way you came down into it. Great. All right, arms down. We're just gonna switch sides. So take your left foot, turn it to a 90-degree angle now, and your right foot will come out. Sorry, your left foot, not to a 90-degree angle. Your left foot is at a 45-degree angle. That's right, 45. And then right foot is pointed forward. Get your block ready if you need it. All right, so inhale, arms out to a T, and then exhale, just pushing your left hip back and tipping over until your right hand touches your block or your shin or the floor. Breathe here, shoulders stacked on top of each other. And you can do that same thing where you peel your rib cage up to the sky and open up your chest and your heart. Get rid of all of that tension from the day looking at your computer. Neck can just, or a gaze can go down to your foot. Couple breaths here. All right, on your next inhale, come up the same way you came in. Awesome, and then you can put your arms down. All right, let's do a nice forward fold. Forward folds are so awesome for calming your brain and de-stressing. And also, they're gonna get those hamstrings nice and loose. So, spread your feet about 3.5 feet apart. Your toes are pointed forward, maybe a tiny bit in. So feet are parallel, hands are on your waist. Inhale, lift your chest to the sky, flat back, exhale, forward fold from your hips. Your hands can come down on the ground, or you can have blocks if your hamstrings are tight. And then inhale and exhale, just let your head go down and dangle. A few breaths here. You can reach your hands back in between your legs, just to intensify the stretch a little bit. Make sure your weight is evenly distributed on all four corners of your feet. Then we're gonna come up. You're gonna inhale to lift your chest up, and then exhale, hands to the waist. Inhale to come up. Oh, that feels so good. Such a great one to do anytime throughout the day. All right, so the last pose we're going to do is intense side stretch, or Parsvottanasana. So for me, I use blocks for this stretch. So if you have those handy, go ahead and grab them. Okay. So come to the front of your mat and stand in Tadasana. And then you're gonna take your right foot and step it back about 3.5 feet apart again. There's a theme to my poses tonight. So you want to distribute the weight evenly in your legs and planting your feet down nice and strong into the floor. So square the hips to the front of the mat and then fold forward from your hips while lengthening your whole body. So you're gonna lead, inhale, lead with your heart, And exhale, fold forward from the hips. You see, I can't go very far because my hamstrings are really tight, so I'm going to widen my stance a little bit. So you're going to want to fold forward, and then for me, I'm just going to put my hands on blocks. I'm going to keep my spine nice and straight, drawing my front leg and my left hip back. Pressing into all four corners of both feet. Just nice and strong. And just breathe here. Okay, to come out, you're just going to engage your core, and then come up, and we're just going to switch sides. So it's kind of like you're on train tracks, not on a tightrope, but on train tracks. Whoops, I need my blocks. So if you try to do a tightrope, then you're going to fall over and you're not going to be balanced. So train tracks for your feet. And like I said, wider stance is sometimes better for balance, and it's also better for my tight hamstrings. Okay, so come up, hands on hips. You can also have your hands back, your arms folded to your back. I'm just going to show you this, which opens up your chest very nicely as you're stretching your hamstrings. So let's do it this way. So hands behind back. Lift your heart. Inhale and then exhale. Fold from your hips. Make sure your hips are square. So you're bringing your right leg back a little bit in space. So your hips are square to the front of the mat. So I'm not going down very far because my hamstring won't let me. And so this is as far as I'm going to go. I can feel a really intense stretch right now in my hamstring, believe it or not. As my heart opens and my spine is nice and straight and long, right leg pressing back, right hip pressing back, and just breathing. On your next inhale, I want you to engage your core. Come on up. Awesome. All right, last pose. We're going to go down to our mats, and we're going to do a camel pose. Actually, two more poses, camel then child's. So this camel pose is really good for kind of undoing all of that forward folding we do at our desks, or the hunching, I should say. So come onto your knees. Okay, come onto your knees with your toes tucked. Engage your core. And then what we're going to do is just put our hands behind our back like this. Elbows kind of back like wings. And then you're going to backward bend, lifting your chest up to the sky. Belly engaged. You can feel your heart opening and lifting. Core strong. If you want, I'm keeping my neck straight because sometimes it hurts a bit, but if your neck is available to do this, you can put your head back and really open up the front of your neck, your throat. Okay, then to come out, just slowly come out with your strong core, and then just come seated on your heels for a minute. Just breathe in and feel the effects of that beautiful back bend. So back bends can be energizing. So let's close with a child's pose, which is calming for the nervous system. And then we'll also just counteract that, that back bend with a forward fold. Okay, so you could do knees apart or knees together, whatever you prefer. I want to do knees apart. So toes touching, toes and toes touching, knees apart. And then just bend, come down onto the mat, chest to the floor, forehead to the floor. And your arms can be out, stretched like this if you want. Or they can be by your, kind of just like this. I like it like this for my last resting pose. Gardocky, how do you like your forward bend? How do you like your child's pose? Just take a nice couple deep breaths here in child's pose. Thank yourself for coming to the mat and just for taking care of your body. Our bodies do so much for us. We need to thank them by taking care of them. All right, you can come out of child's pose now. And we'll just close with quick Anjali Mudra and a namaste to all of you out there, taking care of your bodies tonight, taking care of your souls and your minds. Namaste. Namaste, Gardocky. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Have an awesome evening.